Hello everyone and welcome to Nervous Nessie. In today's video, I wanted to share with you all of the gear that I use in order to create these videos for this YouTube channel. Some of you may be interested in creating a YouTube channel, and not all channels are created the same way. Travel channels are a bit different from creating just a regular channel at home on a specific topic. But some of the gear that I use for this travel channel will be used for a home channel. And I wanted to give you an idea of what all you may want to purchase in order to shoot the videos for your channel, and kind of an idea of how much it costs, because it can get pricey. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you need to purchase is kind of obvious. You need a camera. Now, you can use a smartphone. These days, the newest smartphones, the cameras are extremely high quality. And there are times that I shoot plenty of videos on my smartphone. However, when it comes to the editing of those and how all that works, it can get a little tedious. It's much easier, unless you're very tech savvy, it's much easier to just have a camera and take out a memory card and put it into your computer, versus how are you gonna hook up your phone to your computer and get them off there? I mean, you could, but it's just that much more work. And I find it easier to just shoot with an external camera, have the memory card, and plop it into my computer. Now, I use a GoPro. I thought about purchasing an actual camera that will do video and stuff, but I've had a GoPro years ago and I loved it. It was a GoPro 4, I believe it is. And at the time, I loved it. I thought it was great for, what I was using it for. So I decided to purchase the newer generation of GoPro. I think this one is a GoPro 10, which at the time of shooting this, I think there might be one other one, like a GoPro, I don't know. I think there's one step up, but I just went with the GoPro 10, or the GoPro X, I think it's called. And yeah, shoots great. Love it. Pretty easy to use with the different adjustments and stuff you can do with it. And it's, very easy to take out the batteries in the memory card and just upload the video. If you decide to purchase a GoPro, I would suggest either you purchase it in a store where they have some type of a kit that comes with it, or you purchase some aftermarket accessories for your GoPro. Accessories that you need for your GoPro, or really kind of any camera, is different mounts. That can be anything from a little small tripod like this. This one, it can adjust, it can wrap around stuff. That way you can get different angles. Or you can just hold it like this and have it as, a camera, have your camera in front of you. I also have the selfie stick. I like this, and I will usually, if you see me out walking around, this is kind of what I use. The reason why is it does extend really, really far. So I can get some really good shots from far away, but it folds down pretty compact, has the little lanyard so you can hold on to it. That way, if you're out in public and you're filming, it's gonna attract attention. The last thing you want to be doing is focusing on your video and someone runs by and tries to grab this out of your hand. So having a lanyard is very important. Some other accessories, I've got them here next to me. Some other accessories that you might want to look into purchasing is a suction mount. This one, it can adjust, but you can basically just pop it and then lock it onto a surface and adjust your camera. I use this several times. I've used it in cars to get footage going, through a city. I used this the entire time I was on the Amtrak train to capture footage of the state as I was going through it. It does work very well. It sticks and it's actually kind of hard to come off the window when you need to take it down, but I recommend getting a suction cup. I also have a clip or alligator clamp. I will use this a good bit when I have my backpack on. I just slide it through, clamp it in, and my GoPro sits right here. There are tons of other different little mounts and accessories. I have this one that goes around my wrist. So if I'm ever out doing something with my wrist, if I'm, let's say, riding a bicycle, I can capture that footage. I can also mount it to the bike and do it that way. It has to where you can push the thing and the top will swivel if you wanted it to. And then you can just lock it into place wherever you get it, where you want it. The kit that I purchased, it came with the little GoPro tripod in and of itself. Very small, compact. You can extend it up a little bit. You can push this in and use it as a selfie stick. So this came in the kit that I purchased. Now I got this GoPro and the kit directly from GoPro. The stores had some deals, but I found that this was actually the best at the time. So I went with that. You also get a case that goes on the outside, and it's hard to get open sometimes. It's just a little protective acrylic case. This is great for going underwater. If you're going to shoot underwater and your camera is going to actually be submerged, you can also get a lens that is red. That will help capture fish and wildlife underneath the water. I don't know the science behind it, but for some reason the red lens will actually show up color under the water so much better. I rarely use this. I rarely get into the water to be able to use this. But the times that I have been in the water, it's held up very well. And most of the time I use my camera without this on. But I carry it just in case. And since it's in my kit, I will store extra batteries inside the little mount here. Speaking of batteries, that is the next thing that you're going to need to purchase. Now, I knew that I would be traveling and being gone for a week, 2 weeks at a time, and I didn't want to have to constantly be recharging my batteries over and over because it does take time for these batteries to charge. So I have purchased multiple of the GoPro batteries for my camera. If you have a different camera, you're gonna need batteries as well. But for this video, since we're talking GoPro, I will talk about the GoPro batteries. The blue one, you should be getting one of the blue ones with your camera. It should automatically come with at least one blue battery. This is their standard battery. Because I knew I would be going to Alaska where it's really cold, batteries, not just GoPro, but any kind of camera batteries can drain super fast in really, really cold weather. And so GoPro has noticed that, and they came out with the white one. I don't know the technical name of it, but if you go on the GoPro website, you'll see there's a blue one and a white one. The white one is meant for the very cold weather and for the battery lasting much longer than this one. I was in Alaska, negative, what was it, 15, 13, something like that. Had no problems with my batteries. Now, if you go on the TSA website, they say that you should keep your batteries in an individual plastic bag, because if the little components on the bottom, the metal components, if they come in contact with each other, they can create a spark and create a fire. That is why when you carry batteries on an airplane, it has to be with you. It cannot be in your checked luggage. And they'll ask you at the airport, are there batteries in the checked luggage? And I found these little plastic baggies that fit perfectly. That way I don't have to worry about it. I do have some friends that they travel with the bigger cameras and the bigger batteries, and they haven't ever had anyone at TSA stop them about the batteries not being in some type of a bag to protect that. But I just go ahead and put them in the little baggies because I'd rather have them in a little bag than get to the airport and have to throw away one of my GoPro batteries. And they're not cheap. I think it's like around $50 for one battery. When I first started this channel, I only had like 2 or 3 batteries. And then as time went on, I was like, okay, I'm gonna invest in a couple of more. So if you wanted to start out a YouTube channel, once you get a camera, you can slowly buy more batteries. Now, the next thing that you'll need is some type of memory cards. You can have one memory card. You can invest in one. I would suggest no less than 256 gig memory card, depending on what you're shooting. But if you're going to be doing travel, you're gonna need more memory because you've got a week vacation. You gotta fit it onto a memory card. You want more memory to your memory card. They can get very expensive as well. They are going to be the little tiny, teeny tiny SD cards, very small. And it will come with an adapter, and the little card just goes in there and you put that into your computer. But this little teeny tiny card is going to go in your camera. Do your research. Go online, do your research, find out what memory card works for your camera. With the GoPro, you definitely want to have one that it meets the specifications. This one is by the Lexar brand, C10/UHS1 is what it says on here. Just like the memory, like the batteries, the memory cards, I started out with one, and then as time went on, I purchased more and more. And you may be thinking, well, why? Well, I would rather have more batteries and more memory cards than run out halfway through my trip and then I can't shoot anything else. So what I did is I purchased quite a few, and I numbered the back of each one. This one's number 2. That way I can keep up with it. And usually what I do, just to save myself time, is I have one for each day of my trip. Makes it easier. I got this little case on Amazon, very inexpensive. It holds either, what is this, 12 of the adapters or the bigger, memory cards, but inside it holds 2 of the little small ones. So I just have them in here, have each one numbered on the back. Number 1 is in my camera right now. But yeah, I would rather have too many and not have to worry about it than not have enough. And it keeps me kind of organized. First day of the trip, second day of the trip, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That way when I'm uploading my videos, I know exactly what I'm uploading. So the next item I'm going to talk about also has to do with the memory cards. You have your memory card in your camera. You've shot your footage. Then you get home, you need to upload that footage. But I found out very, very quickly that all of that footage adds up. I started uploading all of the memory cards from the Portland to Chicago trip onto my computer and realized that the memory on my computer was shot. It was filling up the memory on my computer. So I had to bite the bullet and purchase an external hard drive. This one is by Samsung. It's an SSD T-Shield hard drive, and it's very small, very compact. This is it. Just this little blue thing. And I think they do come in different colors. I just bought this one. I didn't care. It is a 2 terabyte. When you go to purchase a hard drive, an external hard drive, you need to kind of be realistic with yourself. Are you really going to shoot a lot of footage? Are you going to want to keep the footage? If you're shooting for a travel channel, these are trips you want to remember for the rest of your life. So it's not like you want to just put the footage on there and then delete it. I mean, yeah, it's on YouTube, but what if one day YouTube no longer exists? Then you've lost all of the footage from your trip. So having an external hard drive will really help you in that aspect. If you think that you are going to actually shoot a lot of videos, I would suggest getting at least 1, if not 2 terabytes, maybe even more. I put everything on this one, and I kind of plan on, once this gets full, I'll just purchase another one. I would rather have a little library of hard drives than lose all of my footage from all of my great trips. Does come with a cable, that way you can just plug it in, plugs directly into your computer, and you just drag and drop your files into your external hard drive. The next items we're going to talk about has to do with power. So you have the batteries for your camera, and now you need to actually have some power to be able to charge and recharge everything that you're taking with you. I suggest bringing a power strip. I have this power strip. I've talked about it in a few different videos. Make sure you have a power strip that has regular outlets as well as USB. This is great for, I can charge my phone, I can charge something else, and then I can charge my, camera batteries, whatever I want. But have a power strip handy. Also, a power bank. This one's by Anchor. I've also talked about this in my other videos. I covered both of these items in my 5 favorite gadgets. Even if you're not shooting YouTube videos, it's just nice to have that little extra power on your trip. The next items I'm going to talk about has to do with some added accessories that you might want to purchase in order to shoot your videos. The first thing is a tripod. Now, I can't show you my tripod because I'm using it right now to shoot this video, but it is helpful to have a tripod. That way you're not out with a selfie stick, you're not, having to deal with all of that. You can set it up and kind of sit back and shoot your video. It's also great if you wanted to take some nighttime footage and maybe you want to do a time lapse, you can set it up, sit back, let it take the time lapse, and you're good to go. Just be careful because some places tripods are a little tricky. For example, Washington, D.C., don't even pack your tripod. Apparently it can be misconstrued as a weapon, or you can use a tripod to put a weapon on. So if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, don't get your tripod out. You're just gonna have to sit and hold it in your hand. The next items have to do with light and sound. Right now, I am using a ring light on a tripod that is set up to where it brightens up the room. If not, I would be sitting in a dark corner, is what you would see. Just to give you an idea of what that would look like, I'm going to turn this light off. Yeah, it looks better with the light on. Lighting is very important when it comes to your videos. Now, sometimes you just can't set up the lighting. When I was on the Amtrak train, the train was moving so much, I just didn't even bother with it. When I was in New Jersey and New York, you'll notice if you see those videos, they all look kind of dark. I did take my ring light with me on the trip. However, turns out we needed to use that ring light for work. We had Zoom videos set up in the hotel rooms and we needed to have a ring light to be able to light up the person that's on the Zoom. So I couldn't exactly use my own ring light, oddly enough. But you'll want to purchase a ring light. Now, I have two different ones. I have the one that I'm using right now at home. It is a 10-inch ring light, and it's plenty big. It actually does, I believe, 3 different shades of white, kind of a soft white, bright white, and something else. And it has different levels of brightness. I pretty much set it up and got it the way I like it, and then all I have to do is turn it on and off. I also have one that I take when I'm actually traveling. So the one at home is 10-inch. This one is 6.3 inches. And it comes with a little tripod that you screw on, a little tiny ring light with the cable, and a few little mounts. Even has a mount where I can actually mount my cell phone on to the ring light if I wanted to. I usually travel with it in this box just to kind of protect it and keep it safe and keep all the accessories together. Realistically, when it comes to ring lights, there's some out there that are super nice and super expensive. The ones that I purchased, and I will put a link below to this and all of the stuff that I've been talking about in this video, I'll put a link to those below. This was very inexpensive. So was my other ring light. You just need the bright light. You gotta look for the actual different types of light. White light, soft light, whatever. Maybe you even want to have different colors. You want to have blue or red showing to kind of set a mood. If that's what you're looking for, look for those features. Other than that, you just need to be able to adjust the brightness of the light. One other thing you want to think about is the length of the cord. So right now I have my ring light set up and my cord, and the cord is really, really long. I mean, it's like probably 6 feet long. You want to make sure the cord for your ring light is long enough to where it can be plugged in, because shooting a long video can take a while and you don't want to have to run out of a battery for your ring light. It's just better to have it plugged in. But this one has 3 color modes, 10 different levels of brightness. It's powered by a USB, and it actually swivels on the thing. But given the price, I highly recommend the ring lights that I'm going to link below. Other than light, you have to think about sound. Now, when I shoot my videos, I just use my GoPro and I talk, and it picks it up very well. But there are times where I am out and I'm shooting stuff and maybe it's scenery or, you know, it's in a loud, crowded area and I can't really talk to where all of you can hear me. That's when I have to do a voiceover after the video has been shot. And what I have done is I've purchased a microphone. Came in this nice little pouch, and all you do is hook this end into your smartphone. It just plugs in. This one is for Apple products. They do make just some regular, like, what are they? The little jacks, the little pointy ones. I don't know the ends of these, but they do make regular ones. But this one is for a iPhone. Has a little clip here, and you simply clip the microphone on and you can talk. Usually whenever I do my voiceovers, I actually just sit here like this and start talking. I record it onto my phone, onto the voice memo on my phone, and then I email that file to myself and upload it to my video software and add in the voiceover. It does come with one of the little, I don't know, windscreens, the little poofy windscreens. You could use the mic like this, but if you're saying any kind of letters like B or P or T, anything with the t to the sound, the windscreen on here is going to cut that down. Otherwise, you're going to hear that popping sound whenever you do your voiceover. And it did come with an extra little windscreen for this. I just keep it all in here. Usually when I travel, I do not take this with me, and I do not take my external hard drive. I basically travel and shoot my videos, come home, and then I do my voiceover and I upload all of my videos. And that brings me to the next item. So another thing that you're gonna need is a laptop or desktop computer. You could shoot the videos on your smartphone and then just upload them directly to YouTube, but then you won't be able to edit them and the quality may not be that great. So if you purchase a computer, I use a laptop, then you can do all of the editing of your videos and then put a nice polished video onto YouTube. Now the computer that I use is about a year old now. I purchased a new computer because the one that I had was so old that when I tried to upgrade it, the people at the Geek Squad at Best Buy laughed at me because they had no idea how old my computer was. So I decided to purchase a new laptop that would last me a long time. I knew that I wanted to create the YouTube channel and do the videos. And when you go to purchase a laptop or a desktop computer, you've got to look at the specs on all of it and make sure that it's going to be something that can handle shooting videos and uploading them. So I actually bought a gaming computer. I believe it's by MSI, and I don't game, but it does have all of the graphics cards and all of the specs to where I can shoot YouTube videos and be able to do the editing and all of that stuff. If you have an older computer, you might struggle a little bit with editing your videos or having the memory for your videos. So that's something to think about on purchasing a new computer. So you have your computer, you have your camera, you've shot your videos. Now you have to actually edit your videos. You can upload them as is, but it is extremely hard to shoot a video without having any mistakes at all. I think I've only had one video where I really didn't make any kind of mistakes. I didn't stumble over my words. I had a clear thought in my head about what I wanted the video to be and shot it in one take. However, I still need to edit it. I still need to have an intro and an outro to the video and be able to upload it to YouTube. So you'll need a software for video editing. There's all kinds of different software out there, and I am not, I repeat, not tech savvy at all. Like it's a wonder I know how to turn on my computer. And if you're like me, video editing software, trying to research it, it's daunting. But I did research it. I had a more tech savvy friend also research and try and find the best one for me. And I ended up getting the Adobe Premiere Pro. And there's different ones out there. So you do have, with the Adobe software, you have the one-time purchase, and then you have the subscription purchase. And the subscription purchase is great. You know, you can purchase it and then it constantly upgrades. However, you're paying a monthly subscription for it. The one-time purchase, it's great too. But if anything upgrades, maybe you get a new computer or something else, you are going to have to purchase it all over again to be able to get the upgrade and the newest software. But for me, it made more sense to purchase the one-time version because I had purchased the brand new version and a brand new computer. So it's gonna be several years before I will need to upgrade either one. And the software is very easy. I mean, like I said, I don't know tech stuff, but the software is very easy to navigate. They have 3 different types of, I don't know, tutorials or whatever within the software. You have a guided tutorial where you can click on it and it actually guides you through how to do the stuff. You have, I believe, the beginner, which is kind of a hybrid between guided. It kind of will have pop-ups and stuff kind of helping you, but it's not an actual step-by-step. And then you have like the expert, which means you just edit. You just edit your videos. I watched videos on YouTube about the software and how to use it and do various things that I wanted to do. I also did some of the guided things on there to try and learn some things, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's easy. You just start using it. You can upload your videos onto your computer, drag and drop the files that you're going to be using for the video, edit your video, and it actually allows you to directly link up to your different social media accounts, whether it's Instagram or YouTube, or I can't even remember what else was on there as options, but you can actually link it up and it will actually post it for you, which is great because it just takes out added steps. Now you do have to set it up first in order for it to do that, but once it's set up, it'll automatically send it once you hit send. And the final item that I wanted to suggest that you get if you want to start a YouTube channel, specifically a travel YouTube channel, is a notebook. You're gonna want to write down ideas for your videos. You need to plan ahead. You need to write down what you're gonna say, because when you get in front of the camera, you kind of go blank. You're like, what am I gonna talk about? or you end up going on a rant or some long tangent. I do that. So it's always better to write down your ideas for your videos, write down a breakdown of the video and all the different points that you want to talk about, and just have that handy. Sometimes I will travel with this because things come up and I can just write it down. Usually when I travel though, I leave this at home and I put the ideas in my phone, and then when I get home, I will transfer it to my notebook. But yeah, I would suggest for mine, I have videos to make. You know, I have an idea and I write it down. I have potential places to film. I have some notes, some technical notes, whether it has to do with maybe the software, with uploading to YouTube, things like that. And then I have the actual breakdown of the videos in my notebook. But I would suggest keeping a notebook for your YouTube channel. That way you kind of can be more organized and it'll save you a lot of time in the long run. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about what it's like to shoot YouTube travel videos, or just YouTube videos, or if you have any questions about any of the equipment or items that I talked about in the video today, feel free to leave a comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know when the next videos are going to come out, just subscribe. And I look forward to seeing everyone in the next video. Bye!